For a long time, I struggled with self-abandonment and self-doubt. I used to neglect my needs, try to bend backwards to people please, overfunction, and overgive in relationships, trying to prove to others that I am worthy of love. And it all came from the fear of abandonment until I learned that self trust is the foundation upon which I can build a healthy relationship with myself, heal my insecurities and childhood wounds. So here's how I learned how to trust myself gradually and over time. The first thing that helped me to trust myself was to become self-aware, to know myself. You can't trust someone that you don't know, and you can't change something that you're not aware of. So, for example, if you are in a dark room, you want to find your way out, you want to change things around the room. The first thing you need to do is to find and turn on the light switch. And this is where self-awareness, becoming conscious of my patterns of behavior, what sets on this state of panic and anxiety that I feel when I'm scared of being left or abandoned. And then what emotions, what physical feelings do these triggers turn on in my body? So for me, most of the time, it was like a tight stomach, difficulty breathing, fast heart rate. It was a sense of panic and anxiety, and it felt like my body turned into a survival mode, a fight or flight. It literally felt like a matter of life and death, which in most cases it was not. And I logically know that it's not a survival situation. And yet my body was treating it as something that my life depended on. Then how do I react once I feel this way? What is my reaction? What do I do? Do I send an angry text or email? Do I say something or do something that I regret later on? Becoming conscious of my blind spots and starting to see myself through an objective eye, and instead of being constantly in the center, in the middle of the situation or in the trenches of the emotion that I'm feeling. One of the practices that helped me develop self-awareness was to pause right after feeling triggered. So instead of jumping right away to give a response, a reaction, a reply, yes or no, I learned to pause, to give my body a chance to process the trigger, to process the emotions, to calm myself down, and then to start moving from that calm, secure, confident space. The second thing that helped me to trust myself was to learn emotional regulation. A nervous system in panic can never trust itself. I realized that I used to use other people as a source of regulation. So the minute I feel panic or anxious, I would immediately turn to someone, tell them how I feel, and then in an attempt to get the comfort and the sense of security that I'm lacking in myself. So emotional regulation really meant to be able to put myself to calm my nervous system down, so that I can give myself the sense of calmness, of safety and security that I want to get from other people and from other relationships. When my body learned that I can self-soothe, that I can calm it down, it started to trust me more. I started to allow myself to feel the emotions, the feeling, without fear that they are going to overwhelm me or that I'm not going to be able to deal with whatever comes up. It also increased my distress tolerance, which meant that I can be in difficult situations, in challenging situations, and I know that I have the ability to rely on myself to handle and to work through and to find my way through the difficult situation, the challenging emotions, the pain, the sadness, the panic. The two tools that helped me to practice emotional regulation were deep breathing and meditation. When we breathe deeply, our bodies immediately get a message that we are safe. Deep breathing improves blood circulation. It calms the survival network in our brain, and it immediately sends the body a message that we are not in survival mode, that this is not a crisis, that it's not a fight or flight mode. Meditation, on the other hand, creates this distance between me and the situation that I'm going through so that I'm able to see myself objectively, and instead of constantly being in the trenches of feeling the feelings and being carried away by it. Distance also that I experienced through meditation, it helps me to separate feelings from facts so that I'm not constantly looking and judging the situation based on how it makes me feel, that I'm able to see the logic behind it, the facts, which means that I'm more able to challenge my own perception and the meaning that I create out of someone else's behavior or the situation. And the third thing that helped me with self-trust is self-reliability, meaning I can depend and rely on myself to be able to carry myself through difficult times, through challenging times. Think about the people who you trust the most in your life. Aren't these people who you can rely on? They are going to be by your side to support you, to cheer you on, to hold a safe space for you to express yourself without feeling judged. Self-reliability is the same thing. Being able to have a good relationship with yourself, that you know that you got your own back, especially at difficult moments. Reliability in general comes down to consistency, trustworthiness, and constantly showing up to yourself. This is why building self-trust it's a practice. It takes time. And it's really important not to be hard on yourself, because being able to rely on yourself means that you treat yourself like your best friend. I know this may sound like a cliche, but it's really true. Why are we able to offer our support, our love, our compassion to people that we love and care about more than we are willing to offer this to ourselves? In essence, I think that self-trust means a general knowing that things are going to be okay, that you are going to be okay no matter what. And that general knowing gives us a feeling of security, of calmness, because you know that things can never go wrong when you got your own back. You know that there are going to be difficult days, but you'll be able to carry yourself through these days and to move forward. If you're interested in learning more about self-trust, make sure to watch this video coming up here and let me know in the comments if you found any of this helpful. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next one.